Sounds terrible.
Is the thing
Jeffrey.
on?
You wanted to start the show, we started. Hi, this week's Uncensored Radio. As you can see, we're kind of in the theme because it's December. So I can only mean one thing, really.
Oh, please. Don't pretend you don't
You're so
love
grinchy.
it.
Bah humbug.
Right?
Meal
Right.
stocks.
Yeah. So, but on the upside, guys, we do have a very special Christmas roundtable that we've recorded for you, which is a lot of fun. If you want to see some real humbugginess with the lovely Katie Underwood.
Yeah,
joined us.
Jeff really just ripped his mum. But, you know, it's always a good time when we bring up.
It's life. It's life. That's what we
Mrs.
do
Jeff.
here on Uncensored Radio. We keep
Listen,
it real.
I'm bitter. I'm bitter.
We
Okay.
know this, but what else are you this week? How are you, Bebs? What's going
I'm
on?
so exhausted.
Why is your
Thanksgiving.
microphone terrible? Can I ask you this?
I have new headphones and I don't know where the other ones are. Oh,
I'll
great.
buy you some more for Christmas, Bubs.
Well, why don't you go on to somebody else and come back to me and I'll go see if I can find the old headphones.
Yeah,
Okay, well, we
please.
won't care about Jeffrey because no one's watching anyway, apparently. So, Luke, how are you?
Yeah, look, I'm good. I'm buying another house and it's gone unconditional. Is this an exciting story? I don't know. But
The viewers are flying up. So
I can see that. So, yeah, no, look, everything's good. I'm happy. It's been stressful. Like, I know people have gone through buying a house and stuff. It's never really fun, especially when they're going through all your transaction statements and they're like, oh, you never cook. Oh, you've got like other bad habits. And I'm going to say on air. And I'm like, yeah. I wish I was a prostitute. That would have actually
No,
made me
you
be able
get
to.
too many.
Oh, please. Come on. I know that we like to poke fun, but come on. I would never
you have
pay for a
nudes-
prostitute.
If you have nudes,
I would
send
be
them
one.
to at my Luke at my UCR.
Yeah.
Luke, at
If you
Instagram.
want to pay for me for the night, please just reach out to me through Insta. I'll do it. I need to.
Dom pics are always welcome, right? There's never a bad moment.
I'm not
for dick
shy and I don't judge.
pics. No.
Not at first.
Oh, he wants to come back now. Hi.
He's full of shit.
He's full of shit. Okay.
Oh, please.
Vera,
Jeffrey.
are you shy and do you judge?
I am a little shy, yes, but that's, as Brooke would tell you, I'm chubby and I get nervous.
Yes, Sarah. Yes.
But I don't judge, unless you judge me first, and then bitch, I'm on.
Talk to us about your seasonal change of room. Talk to us about the new set.
I've just turned around a little bit because, this year's tree is up and it's gorgeous and I love it. And I want to share it all with you people.
And we
Vera,
don't
the
have
Tin
Dorothy.
Man's
We
right
have
there.
a very sinister looking Tin Man.
Yes, you can see the Tin Man in the other room. He's glaring. He's not as fun as Dorothy.
I live for sinister Tin Man
know.
under his
Yeah.
eye. It looks like
It looks like
very,
he's growling.
yeah. It
He
looks
looks like
he
someone who
might.
should contact me on Instagram and offer me
Yeah.
some money.
These two
Violence.
paintings were
Luke
painted
loves
by
it.
my friend Mark DeMeo, who is an artist in New York City. And when we were in our early 20s, he was trying to raise money to move to New York, and he sold them to my sister at a very low cost. And when she moved out, she left them here with me.
And you just
Did he-
said, they're
now,
mine
do you-
now.
Did he
bitch."
only
Mine
do
now.
Tin? Did he only do Tin Man and Dorothy?
He did do Glinda the Good Witch, but she's very caricature with green pubes and screaming eyeballs. And
Green
he did
pubes?
yes, she's.
That wasn't
Why
where I
are
was
pubes in the
expecting we were
picture? Do I want to
going.
know?
I'm like, so
Or
the
it wasn't
carpet
Glinda,
doesn't
I'm
match
sorry,
the
it was,
curtains.
The Wicked Witch of the North. And he also did a very effeminate lion.
Oh, okay. That was
So
that-
the little
that was-
lion was a pussy.
Yes,
crazy.
he definitely was making that inference.
Speaking of someone who's a lion, not a pussy, how are you, beautiful Brit?
I'm a little bit broken right now, so thank you for throwing to me. It's been an interesting week this week, guys. I'd like to give a huge shout out to my niece who just got approved for her first home. Very, very proud of her. Very proud. My hair went red, and people need to learn not to fuck with a woman when she's in her red phase, which is very exciting. And yeah, lots of things to do this weekend. Off to wrestling. Yeah.
Oh, Brooke, we've got to talk about wrestling. We really
Yep.
do. Yeah.
Off to live wrestling here in Newcastle with the wonderful guys at Kingdom Pro Wrestling.
Oh, actually, no. Let's drop it now, Brooke. We've got a wrestler that we're going to be having a chat with that will drop in January, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We've been reaching out. We want a female wrestler too. I think it's fun to have, both sides of
Represent
the
all
fence.
sexes.
Yeah, and
well,
it's going to be a bit of fun.
Yeah, we've got a very dear friend of mine all set up, ready to go. And yeah, any female wrestlers out there watching, contact the show.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
Wait, I
so
just
many
realized I was
watching.
muted. Any American people who'd like to join the co-hosting panel, you're more than welcome to. So if you want
Oh, yeah,
to,
'cause, we got
if you're
people that
interested
don't
in
ever show up,
coming
they
to
let us-
join the show, hit us up on Facebook. Yeah, and
They let us
inbox a
know
bitch.
fucking an hour before the show they can't be bothered.
Now,
So
Jeff,
how are you really, Jeff?
Well, if Katie McCarthy would ever show up, I'd be better. Yeah, I said
are
it.
we
What's up,
naming
McCarthy?
names now? Are we naming
Let's
names?
be fair.
Naming
There's a
names
few
and I'm
people that have
taking
been a
notes,
bit.
bitches.
Name
There's
them
been a few
all.
people that have been a bit tardy.
Angel, Katie, y'all on my shit list. You ain't getting no Christmas card.
Oh, does that mean I'm getting a Christmas card? What
I
the
was going to
fuck?
say, does that mean we're going to get Christmas cards?
I'm not really sending them out. I'm just saying. But you guys
Yeah,
don't
but
act
no,
like you got
it's
one,
a con
okay?
us.
I will
Mental
punish
Christmas
you by not
card.
doing
I
what I'm
used
not
to.
doing for anybody.
Fine.
It's so much effort, though.
Yeah, but they don't need to know that. Y'all just pretend like you got one and be like, oh, thanks, Jeff, in the war room. Thanks for the Christmas card.
Thank you, Jeff, for that $100 in that Christmas card. That was gorgeous of you.
Yeah.
So lovely. So
Thanks for
lovely.
the Wegmans gift card.
Making it rain. Is that the koala with the stocking? on
That's
its
the
head?
koala, and I tried to put the stocking on his head, and it looked like he was getting kidnapped. So.
Little wala. Little wala's getting kidnapped.
I hate when
Not
someone
cute.
gets kidnapped. It just ruins the
Oh.
party every year.
Yeah, so
That's
bad
why
little
I
Khan's
ate the
parents, but
That's
you
why
know.
I ate
whoops.
cake. Fat kids are
I
harder
have
to
a very
kidnap.
off-color Christmas story about kidnapping. My friend always puts up a Christmas crush, and they're all molded plastic with the light bulb in the ass. And we were at my December 23rd Christmas Eve party, and a bunch of people were going on about, you can't put the baby Jesus in the creche before Christmas. It's not right. It's not right. So they left the party on a mad trek to rescue the baby Jesus from the creche, and somebody left a ransom note. You don't get the Jesus back until a virgin shows up.
And knowing the people that you associate with, Vera, I think a virgin would be hard to find.
Yes, we did. We were ranking our breads to name one.
That baby Jesus died as well.
Sacrificial verge. Stop it, everyone, you horrible. Oh, God, you're horrible, Kim.
I'm talking about Katie McCarthy like that.
We can talk about whatever we want. There's one person watching. We're out of control.
Is
Do what
it
we want
anybody
with
we
that.
know?
We all know it ain't Katie. Come on.
Let's talk about Luke's man pussy while we're here.
Oh.
Why?
No, why?
I don't want to talk about haunted sites.
Yeah, exactly. Steve and Brooke would
Dilapidated-
up ghost hunting without worrying about that
Dilapidated old domiciles
Oh,
filled
those
with
of you not
cobwebs.
I don't like
Just
pushing
missed
for
this.
cobwebs.
Steve almost
Okay,
killed me.
stop it.
When did I kill you? Just then.
I snorted water through my nose because you said I don't want to talk about a haunted site.
Oh well, it's water, bit of friendly waterboarding between friends,
Good
mate. What does
Lord.
it matter?
No, it's
No,
actually not
keep-
very nice, but this is the people I choose to be around, so you know.
You fucking love it. Whatever. Whatever.
Hey,
Should
hit
we talk
me up
about
on
the news?
Insta. Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Let's
get
talk
to
about the
it.
news. Here we go.
Hot load of hot topics.
I love that so
Squirt.
much. Every
Can you
time
do it
I-
again?
too. I love it. I love a squirt on a. I was going to say Saturday, but it's not Saturday. It's fucking Friday.
I know we talked about it all the time, but Steve really, really argued for that squirt.
And I think I win. I win. The show would
squirt
be nothing
wins.
without the squirt.
It's iconic
100%.
now. No, I was
Iconic.
completely against it at first. I'm like, oh, we're already
It's
pushing
so
the boundary.
vulgar.
It's so
So
rude,
vulgar.
but no.
Ugh.
I'm happy
Well,
that
guys,
you're filthy.
how do we feel about the fact that we're probably just going to go back in time and we're all going to die or something?
Oh,
Because we're all
God.
going to get
Yeah,
Omicron.
yeah.
So, if you haven't been watching the news this week, there's another COVID variant. Oh, joy of joys. Now, they are saying this woman that is on screen at the moment is the doctor that has discovered it. She says there's not that much to worry about because the side effects have been very minor and it really only affects the elderly. So,
In this new
judging-
variant.
yeah, but you wouldn't
Well,
gather that
it's
if
also
you're
a little
watching
early
the
to know for
news.
sure.
You would think it is the second coming of, I don't know, Hitler. But
Well,
are we worried about Omicron, or is it just is a variant just another day in the life from now on?
I want to throw to Jeff first. How would you feel if your mother got Omicron?
Well,
That's
she's
an
had
unfair
COVID
question.
twice. She's had COVID twice. She's had a pacemaker put in. She had congestive heart failure and some kind of blood cancer, and the bitch ain't dead yet.
So
So
she's Terminator.
Right, like she's gonna be the only thing left after the nuclear war. If her father didn't shoot himself, I
Cher.
would have always said him because, yeah, she'll live the fucking Holocaust. Like she's like a cockroach. She's just gonna keep living. She'll outlive me.
This is such
Just
a
to
happy
spite
show
you?
today.
I couldn't
Yeah,
help
of
myself.
course.
I'm sorry. It entertains me when he's horrible about his mum. I don't know why. Maybe I'm sick.
Yeah, but here's the
Maybe
thing.
that's
I mean,
enough.
everybody takes it as horrible, but the thing is like nobody has to live with it, right? Like everybody has a comment. Like Angela actually shared something the other day that we kind of got on about people, like when you say like I don't talk to my family, and they're like, oh, how could you do that? That's your mother, and it's like, dude, because you don't know the toxicity of what I lived with my entire life, and when it started affecting my children who weren't adopted yet, like that was the last straw. Because you can fuck with me, right? Consistently, but you're not going to harm innocent children. I'm not going to let the pattern continue. They have to have me as a father, and I'm crazy fucking enough on my own.
You know
Like,
what? I'm
I'm
going to
not
just
gonna
add to that,
continue.
Jeff. I'm going to add to it. You know, people say you can't choose your family. I beg to
Yes, you
fucking
can.
differ. You can't
Yeah.
choose who you're blood related to. You sure as fuck can choose your family. And if it's your
Yeah.
choice. Your choice.
Well, and it's just like what in a relationship to me, like one of my close friends, Shannon, she always said like you put your friends before your relationship, and I'm like, well, yeah, because those are the people I came in with, like, and I'm gonna keep it with them if the relationship ends.
And where
And
is he now? Hello.
Right, and I feel like you put your friends that are family first, like they come before a relationship, because I feel like the minute your relationship is all consuming, that's when you get blinded to all the bullshit.
And I think
Right.
those
You
people
do-
set themselves up for failure. They
Mhm.
really do.
Well, you don't
They
see,
just
you know what I
drop
mean?
their
Like
life for someone.
you're overlooking all of the red flags in a relationship, or you're pushing your friends away who actually just have your best interests at heart. And to me, like that was never healthy. Like I want my girlfriends. I need to be able to have people to vent with and to talk to. And I feel it's healthy to talk about your relationship to a third party that's not going to judge your partner, but offer you advice that's not tainted towards either way.
So, Jeffrey, are you saying that if you can't be my friend, please don't be my enemy?
Yeah, no, please, by all means, be my enemy, because I fucking love haters, bitch.
We
Bring
love it.
And Jeff always gave me really great relationship advice. He used to like call me at like random hours and be like, "Have you left Stumpy yet?" And you know,
I tell you what, ever since I've joined the cast, I have had sore breasts, let me tell you. Because my tits are sore from mothering you cunts every day. Like,
You don't mother
Bitch, you
me.
don't need to
bitch.
mother me.
get over
I'm
it.
not
Never
talking about
mind.
other bitches.
I'm joking. But speaking of families that are a joke and have
You're
no
talking about
jokes
Katie
going on,
McCarthy.
Vera, this is for you, girl. This is for you.
Oh.
Let's talk about the
The
Cuomo
twins.
clan. Where do you want to start,
my
Vera?
future ex-husband.
Well, I will say this. if it were my sibling, I probably would bend the rules for them as well. I appreciate that they have a sibling bond, but dude, if you were using CNN resources to kind of attack your brother's accusers, then fuck you. You deserve to lose your job.
So do you want to just like break it down for the non-Americans? What's
right.
actually gone on?
Andrew Cuomo
You gonna get in trouble,
and
bitch.
Christopher Cuomo are both sons of one of New York State's most beloved governors, Mario Cuomo. Andrew followed in his father's footsteps and ran for governor. Chris became a television journalist. He was on Good Morning America for a long time, and he now has his own show. I believe he's opposite was opposite Tucker Carlson. He is on CNN.
Carlson.
Tucker Carlson's on Fox. And it came to light that at the end of his brother's governorship, there were many emails saying that I got your back, bro. I'll look it up. It's done. What are you doing, Jeff? Fuck you.
It's her.
Jeffrey just said he was going to lick Chris Cuomo's asshole.
I would love
Chris
to.
Cuomo is the prettiest of the two brothers. Believe me.
He's beautiful. Bitch, I would lick his ass like
and
a
I
biscuit
really
and
thought,
gravy.
did you watch him when he was on Good Morning America? I thought he and Sam Champion had one of the most beautiful little bromances in the world.
Oh.
But,
He could put it anywhere.
I love Chris. I think he's been, an asset. I understand coming to back for your siblings, but I think if he did wrong, he deserves to be gone.
Bad boys, what you gonna do?
What
you gonna do?
Chris. Fuck CNN.
When they come in you.
Oh, honey, I'm gonna smile and say, yeah!
Thank you, Daddy. That's what you're gonna say.
Well, yes, Chris. Yes.
Daddy. I don't know where to go from there. I've kind of grossed myself into a corner. If we're gonna objectify, guys, Magic Mike 3 is happening. And the only reason anyone's gonna care is if there's some dick, right?
I hope it's better than the second one. And yes, they need to show some dick in this one.
Right.
I never saw the second one.
I've never seen any of them.
They got what's his fuck wasn't in it there? The dude that doesn't wear the deodorant, Matthew McConaughey. And then the he's kind of an asshole, that kid. His career has really gone very far. Alex, he wasn't invited back for the sequel either, which I don't like it. It wasn't as good. And they were traveling. They were in like a food truck or something. I don't know. So let's make the third one better and show some cock, huh?
We want to we want to see where they get down on their luck and they have to do OnlyFans gay for pay, right? Like
Anybody want to see some cock?
Have you guys seen?
You want to see them fall apart like Aaron Carter?
Have you guys seen? Oh yeah, did you see the photo of him with the semi-automatic weapon?
No.
Yeah.
Did you see
and his
the drugs
dirty
that have
feet?
rattled his body?
Girl, clean your feet.
She broke it. She needed to clean her mind first because there's a lot going on here. So I'm not surprised.
I mean, look at that. I feel like
it's
the
the
kid's
face
got
tattoo.
Some issues. He's got some issues, right? Like he doesn't like to really admit the issues. But I mean, when you see him on Instagram and things, he's usually like his hair's greasy.
He's got a lot of money. He shouldn't be looking that shit, but he's done a lot of drugs.
Money. Oh, actually, no.
I'm sure
he's got more than us.
His baby mama, who is the hairiest castmate of Uncensored? Oh, that'd be James. You saw.
You can't give the answer away, but no one's actually commented.
Too late
no one's
now.
getting a shirt. Unless someone comments right now. Comment.
Shirt?
Comment, viewers.
Yeah, it's in your fucking house somewhere. Congratulations.
My shirt.
What you meant to send Ace?
Ace got his shirt, dude.
I know he did after 100 years.
Oh, someone's commented.
Oh,
Jeffrey.
What Christopher? What? Oh, do you want me to inbox you the hairy asshole picture too? Is that what you're saying?
No, he said you're the hairiest one, but Chris come along after someone else had left. So
yeah, Chris is a new age.
Listen,
watcher,
it's all in
viewer.
good fun. I hope James is doing
Send
well.
Christopher
Where is
a
Ace?
shirt.
Where is Ace? Ace, you out there? Hello?
I don't know.
Hello? I feel like
Ace,
he's
is
dropped
this
off the
thing
face.
on?
Apparently not. Not today, anyway. Who else should we talk about? We talked about Magic Mike. No one really cares about Channing Tatum, right?
No, not really.
No. Well, I mean,
Unless
I
he's
would if
taking
he
his
was in my
clothes off.
bed.
But
Yeah.
even then, like, you know what? I've never seen the appeal. I know he's good looking. He's completely fit and attractive and everything. But what makes him so amazing? I
Are
don't
you
see
fucking
He used to be a
serious?
stripper.
God.
Are you kidding me? You fucking were dating a stumpy bastard. Because
Exactly.
this
So
motherfucker got a
maybe it's the
six-pack.
problems with me. I'm just asking questions to generate conversation.
Did you not see him dancing to fucking Pony by Genuine in that movie? He's gonna fuck like a champ.
Okay.
Are you sure?
Maybe.
Are you
So,
sure? Yeah,
might-
I don't know if I.
You might want to
Mr.
take the next
Channing
one down
Tatum,
because
if you are watching,
this is a serious story.
please
We're
send
coming.
us a sex film. Please.
So Channing Tatum's recently ex-girlfriend also made the news lately. Now this is a serious topic, so we will bit of a trigger warning about pregnancy loss for the next couple of seconds. Jessie J, who is British pop star,
Love her.
price tag, not about the money. You know her. You know,
Mhm.
yeah. Anyway, so
Pitch Perfect, watchable.
yes, she recently found out she was pregnant and then basically lost the baby in the next week. So she's shared her journey because she was going to do it like she was doing it a lot. It's not Channing Tatum's baby; it's someone else's. But she decided that she was going to raise a child alone and was very happy about it and excited and da. Took to social media to tell people because she had a show scheduled the next day, which she actually went through with and performed on stage like literally 24 hours after all this had happened, after she'd found out the baby had no heartbeat. And that's a horrible
I think
thing.
this is a terrible thing that happens.
But her
so
her
much more
record
often than
label.
people know.
But hold on, I'm not finished the story yet.
Okay, sorry.
So
guys,
her record label actually didn't read the social media post which is part of the image here in the lower right hand corner, and sent her a congratulations message.
Oh.
They better
Well,
write
that's just-
her
is
a
it- that's
fucking
not-
check.
But that's not fair to
No,
you know.
they
I
didn't
mean,
mean it. But
But
it
the
was
no,
it,
but she outlaid it in the post. The post is there. The post says exactly what happened, and they haven't read the post. They've just assumed.
That's her
Excuse me.
team. Her team.
Yeah, that's
should
her team.
know.
Her team should
No.
know these things, or should at least
Not okay. Somebody
read
needs
the
to be
post.
fired.
Well, look,
Right.
yeah, I want to hear from Vera, but I quickly
can't
wanted to
believe
say.
she went on stage. She had to be in full hormonal up down cycling. She couldn't have been in her right mind to do a show.
Well, she said that she needed to do the show because and I think that again, this is certain types of people that are in the arts and are performers. Sometimes it helps, like you
Yeah,
get through some serious. Like for example, when my dad passed away last year, I think I was like, oh, I'm gonna take some time off for the show. I think I was gone one show. I was like, okay, cool, because I needed to get back to doing something that I enjoyed doing, something that was regular, something that I could focus on that wasn't, all encompassing horrible sadness. And I think that especially for her, she's a very passionate singer / musician. Yeah, and she was very forthcoming with the audience. And that actual picture, this picture is her on stage the day after. So
Yeah.
I don't know how she did it, but more power to her. I think she's an amazing vocalist, and she gets a lot of shit from people. But yeah, more power, girl. You go.
Haters gonna hate.
Haters gonna hate, and we all deal with loss in different ways, basically. Jeffrey, this next one, I don't know if you've seen it yet, but this was actually a quite touching way of dealing with loss. So, Saved by the Bell reboot came back for season 2, with the original cast paying tribute to Screech.
They didn't pay tribute to shit.
Okay, this is why I wanted you to react. Go, girl.
I had to tune in on Thanksgiving Day to go see it, and it was like, oh, Screech, And then it was a montage. That was it. Terrible. I thought it was really insulting. The kid, he was on every different version of that show that there was, and the fact that he wasn't invited back, and then this year, Lark, after going on the Doctors or Dr. Oz or whatever it was, and saying she was upset she had never been invited to do anything as far as reunions go or to events. Now she's a producer this year. Would they have made Dustin Diamond a producer? I don't think so.
They were talking about him coming back this season though.
I think that was just lip service. I think it was just lip service because he died. I don't think, but I can't say that I would blame them. But I feel like as far as the show goes, they could have done a little bit. Like it literally was. I mean, maybe a 15-second blurb of them saying
what would
something.
you have liked for them to do?
Well, just something maybe a little bit more. Like it just was very like you could tell like none of them gave a fuck.
Okay.
Like they could have talked about their favorite memories and then done flashbacks or something. You know what I mean? Like it was literally them saying, "Oh, here's the screen."
I guess,
and boom,
but they are walking. I guess they're walking a difficult line too, because technically it's not. It's meant to be a reboot of the show. It's not meant to be solely about their characters. It's meant to be about the kids, right?
Well,
But
no,
it's not
they're
really.
intertwined. Like every episode, like it is about them. And the past, like every episode, there's like throwbacks to the original show, or different Easter eggs. So it just seemed kind of shitty. But whatever, let's go.
Yeah, it's always a difficult road to walk when a cast member dies mid show. Like, look at what happened with Corey Monteith in Glee. That was, I think they handled that quite well.
That was a great memorial.
That was great. And the other show that handled it really, really well was when John Ritter passed away in the middle of
10
Eight
Rules
Simple
to
Rules.
Date My Daughter.
8 Simple Rules, yeah.
Right.
But they made his death a big part of the show, kind of like The Connors is done with Roseanne, but she's not actually dead, just her career.
Sorry.
But, hey, it was comedy. No one's paying
Leave
attention.
Roseanne alone.
No one's paying
Never.
attention, but it's okay.
Just
would
kidding.
you give a robot your face for $200,000?
Yes,
Do whatever he likes.
I'd give it to
Adam
him
and
for
I
fucking
I thought about it.
I looked. I actually went to the website and tried to apply, and I couldn't figure out where do you apply. Because if somebody knows, send me
Because
the
they
link,
don't
bitch,
want
'cause-
you. That's why. If you go work it out, they're like, that ain't the one.
Well, it's supposed to be a friendly and welcoming face. So
Oh, look right here.
maybe they've seen the show, Jeffrey.
Hi,
Maybe
how are
they
you
Googled
today?
you. Maybe they Googled
Welcome to the Hilton.
you. And maybe they knew that Blue Sky wasn't a place.
Blue Sky.
Maybe that was them.
Blue Sky was
Blue
founded
Sky.
in 1994. Blue Sky is a noun phrase, but we're not talking syntax here.
So yes, promo bot is advertising. I don't know if it's enough money for your likeness, for your
For the rest
physical
of your
likeness
life.
for the rest of eternity. I don't
Yeah.
think $200,000 is enough.
Why don't they just use a celebrity likeness? Like, who wouldn't like a Charlize Theron bot? Or a,
What's wrong with you?
Charlize is Eileen Warrenos.
I just want to know if they make them anatomically correct, right? So then I could get one that's thin, that looks like me with a chiseled abs, and make sure there's a really big dick, and then I can fuck myself. Perfect.
That's why they didn't let you apply. That's all I say.
I'm unsure if Stephen is frozen or just disgusted.
Is Steve
He's had a
and her
stroke.
frozen?
Well, he is. So I'm going to throw to the next story because I can clearly see that he's not coping with this. Let's talk about Lindsay Lohan getting engaged. Are we excited about Lindsay Lohan? She looks a little bit like she is a robot there.
I just cannot with that girl. Just
Why not?
Next.
Why not, Brookie? What is wrong
Because-
with Lindsay?
rangers don't have fucking souls. Why is she still here?
I saw you talking filth about me, so it's okay.
No, we're worried about you, Steve. So I'd actually step up for a second.
That's okay.
It was really
I
hard.
don't know if you got it. Did you hear me say I don't think $200,000 is enough?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
heard that.
and then he kind of went,
I stroked out.
You
Yeah.
did.
I want more money. If you're going to use my face and
I'm sorry,
likeness,
Steve. We're done with that topic. We're talking
Yeah,
about
I'm like,
moved
we
on
already
to
moved
this.
on.
I
To
don't
this
care.
thing.
I want more money. For the two people that are watching, I want more money. Okay? Fuck
For
y'all. I'll do what I want.
$200,000, for $200,000 right now, they could do whatever the fuck they like with my face. I don't care.
I would love $200,000 right now, actually.
Just right
I
now.
would
Just
too.
throw it at me. Have my face. You can have my titties. You can have whatever the fuck you like. Just give me the money.
Is that
Every
because you're
nook
a
and cranny.
big girl walking down the dirty street?
like-
Luna Tuna.
Luna
Oh
Tuna,
my-
you got to
We
get
have
your
not
robot
seen
out there.
Luna
girl.
Tuna for a while.
We haven't had Luna for a while. Sometimes you gotta have Luna.
Whatever
I
happened to
love
Luna?
Luna Tuna.
Where is
Luna, she's
Luna
probably
Tuna?
got fucking 700 venereal diseases and been raped, robbed, and murdered and left under a freeway overpass.
Maybe
Husband's
Luna
still
holds the
married?
cure to COVID.
Luna's patient zero for the clap.
Honey, that
Wasn't that some-
dress.
Wasn't she
That's
some
a bit
shirt
much for
tail
11
relative
a.m.
of yours, Jeffrey? Or,
So,
or her
broke
John
it.
for the night
You
was some
broke
shirt tail
it.
relative of yours?
That was so
yes,
funny.
pretty
No,
much.
it wasn't a relative of mine. It was a relative of mine.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh.
We can't ever tell the real story on air. Come on.
Oh
Well,
no!
we
Well,
could.
the thing is, the person whose house it happened at knows that we talked about it on air now, and I showed the person the picture of Luna Tuna, and they did get a chuckle out of it. So
I still want to know why that bitch didn't have a heel on. If you're gonna wear sequins or whatever the hell that dress is, like put a heel on, girl.
and what's
Anyway,
in that bag?
Lindsay Lohan.
Oh,
Yeah.
now Steve's gonna be all whoopee.
No, I
All
don't
right,
give a
bitch.
fuck. I was just being funny. I was being funny. I think more power to Lindsay. We're mean girls.
You can't
Where's
sit
Co-
there, Steve.
Where's Coughlin today? He was watching the show on Tuesday. I saw you. I
And
see
Yeah,
these
he's
things.
like texting me. He's like, "It was a really great show." I was like, "What did we talk about?" I'm like, "Was I on?"
It was breakups, babe. We talked about breakups last week.
He's like, "How does it look live?" I'm like, "That's because we were
It's
live."
the magic of television. Oh, well, internet. Internet. All right, we've got everything's pretty serious from now on in.
Oh, let's not
Um,
say we did. Let's talk about dick size.
Let's talk about.
What's Ryan's like?
Let's talk about the.
Go on.
beau- I want to talk about this because I think it's kind of golden.
Oh, shit.
That
Steve.
Ezra Blount's family are saying no, thank you to trying to be paid off, basically, and I think that's gold.
Yeah, didn't he offer? So, what's the artist's name again? I don't even know who he is.
Travis Scott.
Travis
He
Scott
offered
offered
to
to
pay
pay
for
for
his
his funeral.
He's
costs,
offered
right?
to actually pay for a few of the
Well,
victims' funerals.
There was also some other expenses involved that he was going to.
I'm sorry, that's like a finger to me. Like, is it? Oh, sorry, I killed your kid. I'll pay for their funeral. Like,
yeah.
I'll get the statement up that the family came out with. Let me just read it because I was
Yeah.
like, damn. Okay. Your client's offer is declined. I have no doubt Mr. Scott feels remorse. His journey ahead will be painful. He must face and hopefully see that he bears some of the responsibility for this tragedy, Blount family lawyer Bob Hillard said. They're not the only family that are like, nah. Apparently the wording of the offer was not very genuine either. So
I would like to
Well,
say
I'm sure
that
it was if you take this offer, you can't sue.
yeah, NDA
I'd like
for
to
a
say that in this instance, I believe that a fair chunk of this responsibility does lie on the parents for taking a child that age to something like that. I'm
which I
sorry,
said that.
but you would not get me, even allowing my 12-year-old who's towers over me, who is a big, strong kid who can snap anyone he's met in half, you would not catch me allowing him to go to something like that, even with parental supervision. And as tragic and horrible as it is, the parents need to take a lot of responsibility for it as well, for even allowing him to be there.
Oh, bloody oath. Bloody oath. I don't know why there were children there in the first place.
Well, I always thought like when most like concerts and stuff were always 18 plus events, but clearly not. Well,
You can do whatever you want these days, though. There's no rules, remember? We're going
that's
to talk
true.
about that
We
later.
can-
Especially no rules for this little fucker.
Oh, God.
Oh, my blood. My blood boils every time I read something else about this little cunt. I
So,
can't.
Steve, for our listeners, what are we
Sorry,
talking
yes.
about?
We are talking about the school shooting in Michigan. I'm not going to say his name because he doesn't deserve it.
No.
He doesn't deserve it. But the more facts that are coming out are just so infuriating. It's just like, Dad bought him the weapon, correct?
Dad bought him the weapon.
Dad
Mom,
bought your
Mom-
15-year-old child a fucking gun.
Mom publicly thanked Trump for protecting her right to bear arms on her social media.
And they were both there earlier in the day about the fact that there had been a threat
Absolutely.
of him shooting up the fucking school.
Yep.
What the fuck is wrong with your country?
Plus
They don't take care of people's mental fucking
That's
health.
that's not mental health. That's
not
just
mental
fucking
health,
bad
that's fucking
parenting.
gone and bad parenting.
That's
It's
horrible
bullshit.
parenting. That's what that is. Here,
That kid was
you're
not
15,
right in the head.
and you know
Of
I don't
course
care.
that
You know
kid was
what?
not right
If
in the
he wants to
His
act
parents
like
weren't either.
I'm having a hold on, I'm going.
Oh,
if he wants to act
steaming.
like a fucking adult, then you know what? He deserves to get thrown in the pen and made Big Bubba's little cellmate for the rest of his life. If you want to be an adult and think you can go around shooting people, then you get the repercussions, you little fuck.
Well, he's being tried as
I took over for you last week, Vera.
I'm right along there with you. Stephen, he needs to
Ugh.
be tried as an adult. I think his
He
parents
is.
need to be tried. I think this is so fucking such some fucking bullshit. How many people have to die in this country defending the fucking AR-15 that keeps killing people? Next week is the anniversary of the Sandy Hook massacre, where 19 6-year-olds were shot by a fucker with an AR-15.
Didn't
How
happen, Vera,
fucking long
remember?
does this have to go on?
Didn't happen.
It's
Yeah,
about
Joe
guns,
Rogan.
Jeffrey.
How long?
Okay, I actually had this conversation earlier with my friend Brian, and I told him, I said, listen, Vera and I always get into it on the show. I'm like, but, she's not about taking guns away from people. And I explained how you felt like gun owners needed to get insurance on their guns.
Yes.
I think that's actually a great idea. And if your weapon that you buy is involved in a mass shooting, then there needs to be some accountability as to how that gun got out of your
Control.
yeah
Possession and control.
for sure. But again, like for me, this is not about guns. That is just a catalyst of how this happened. The
It
kid
is,
could have
though,
went in. He
Jeff.
could
I'm
have gone
sorry to say
It's
online.
this.
about guns.
Wait,
Jeffrey.
let him finish.
I know,
Let him
okay.
He
finish.
could have gone online and learned how to make a fucking bomb easily enough. He could have taken a fucking knife, a sword, whatever. He could have put it in his
And
backpack,
wouldn't have killed
and
three
he could have
people.
easily done damage. Maybe
But-
not as much, but he could have done damage. But to me, this is a mental health crisis. People are
No.
not fucking okay if they're going and shooting a school up. We're not addressing the fucking real issue.
There
Then
is
why let
mental
people
illness.
have guns in a fucking
is
pandemic
mental
of mental
illness.
health?
I'm sorry, Brooke. I know I just blew your earphones out.
That was
There
that
is
was
mental
Luke.
illness in every country on this planet. There are not mass shootings in every
But
country
do they all have
on
a
this
broken
planet.
healthcare system like we do?
Yes.
But
It's
isn't
not
but
about-
isn't
yes,
wait
we have
wait
a
wait
broken
wait.
healthcare
Can I redirect for a second?
I
Since
can't
this
hear.
is technically a minor, isn't it the parents' responsibility? Like
Yes.
I'm
just like
I'm
that
never gonna
Rittenhouse
blame
kid's
I'm never
mother
gonna
should
blame
be-
anyone's mental health. That is not anyone's fault, but it is their responsibility to look after
It's
it.
the
and get
parents' fault. Like clearly your
I
kid
don't
was
So
think
struggling.
the
and you
parents
nothing
were
didn't
was
do
mentally
done.
healthy. I don't think the parents were mentally healthy. That aside,
Clearly.
mental illness exists everywhere around the world, but they don't have mass shootings. Why?
Yeah.
Because they have gun control. Gun control can not cure mental illness, but it can stop these senseless killings. They're two different issues. They're both involved here. but we need gun control in this country. I'm not saying take away everybody's guns. God knows in the last 4 years, plenty of people have been buying guns because the right's afraid of the left and the left's afraid of the right. And I don't know how this fucking thing's going to end, but we need gun control in this country.
Thunderdome. That's how it's going to end. I hope Tina Turner can come out of retirement and give us a nice song about it. But do you know who will be there? Madonna and her nipples.
Oh, yay.
Now, I went like this. Oh, girl. But I'm like, she isn't incorrect.
I thought she
And-
was totally right.
I love the fact that she can turn her nipples, like the censorship of her nipples, into genocide. Like, what is the link there? What that is? She goes, yes, the Native Americans. I'm like, you go, girl. You're the most self-important person in the world, and I love it. But she's not incorrect. Correct, right, Jeffrey?
I thought she was totally right. Like, what, men show their nipples on Facebook all the time, and it's not a problem. But a woman, I've never really understood why women's breasts can't be shown, but a man's can. It just doesn't make any sense to me. And I thought, like, she had some valid points. Like, it is kind of crazy. And she always has pushed the boundary as far as sex and the human body goes.
Can I ask a question? Is it worse if it's a black woman's nipple?
I'll leave Janet alone.
I don't understand where you're going.
No, there was just the New York Times just released a documentary on Nipplegate. So
about Janet Jackson.
About Janet Jackson.
That's where he's
I
going.
watched that.
Comparison between the backlash against Madonna and the backlash against Janet Jackson.
If it was Britney Spears' nipple in 2000, no one would have cared. Everyone would be like fapping off and coming all over their screen. But because it's an an older woman's nipple.
She was 38.
She wasn't that old. No.
I'm talking about Madonna now. I'm jumping all over.
Oh yeah.
And then Janet's nipple. Janet's was black. Heaven forbid.
Janet had a lot of monetary damage. She couldn't get hired after that.
Les Moonves ruined her career because he thought it was inappropriate. And she is going to tell tales out of school in this documentary that's coming in January. And I cannot wait for it.
I'm here.
It is going to be fresh, hot tea straight from Janet. I'm very excited about it.
I have to say that Super Bowl, I was at the lesbians' house. You know, I have a lot of lesbians in my life. And out of a room full of dykes, I was the only one that caught that her boob got exposed. They were like, "What?" I'm like, "Rewind it, bitch."
I like titties.
It was Justin Timberlake's fault.
Right, he's the one that ripped it off, that exposed it. How is she in trouble and not him? But
whatever.
He he's getting thrown under the bus, and I don't necessarily think that's fair. Is it his fault?
He deserves it for that last album.
He did issue an apology to Janet Jackson and to Britney.
And Britney Spears, but both at the same time. I think they might deserve a separate apology, bro. But that's okay. Yeah.
He did. He said,
what did he do?
He said, "I apologize for not standing up, for not being more proactive in protecting these people, these women."
How was he supposed to do that?
He could have used his power to face down Les Moonves.
And then he also used his whole relationship with Britney to launch a solo career.
Well, but how many other people have done that? And that was
but the fact that he was there, like, no. Anyway, I'm not going to get into Justin Timberlake because he should just shut up as well.
He could have defended both those women more aggressively than he did.
Yes, exactly.
He could have.
Instead of making Man of the Woods. Oh.
Right.
Oh, that album. Oh.
Look, just as a Cliff Notes, I'm just taking the opposing side.
That's okay. Let's fight about it. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
No.
Yes, bitch.
I'm on the fence.
I don't care. I don't like action movies with men in
I
them.
like Die Hard.
I've never seen it.
I've never seen it either.
I've
Actually.
never
Oh,
seen it.
ladies,
I love
ladies,
I haven't
have a
seen it.
watch.
I haven't seen it in full either. I love a strong
I'm done.
female protagonist. I
I
would
quit.
rather watch.
We're all done. He's writing us off.
I would rather watch what's that movie? Out of the water.
Oh, the one where the little
Chef's
kid got stung by the bees.
Chefs do
My
that.
girl.
No.
You
Chefs do that.
guys
The Long Kiss Goodnight.
I loved that with Gina Davis.
Gina
Yeah.
Davis.
She was by
You
Union
can see without his
York.
glasses.
You guys
Oh,
have me
Gina
so
would have sold
stressed
that
out.
line
I'm gonna
better than
have to
Anna
pop a
Klumsky.
My True 10 gummy.
We're all over the place today.
I
That's
know
all right.
It's 'cause of me.
So who's fallen victim to Armageddon yet?
Not me,
Ow.
because I
Not
read
me.
the footnote first. I read the challenge.
I hate that
and
song.
I've avoided
Anyway,
it.
go.
I
But I'm
don't
gonna
like
you
the
love
song
how I
either, but I've heard it a
posted
billion
that,
times.
and then I posted the video for the song immediately. following.
Yeah, but it needs
know,
to
you took Vera
autoplay,
out.
Jeff.
That's
You
good
needed to make it autoplay.
I can't control that.
Yes, you can, girl.
Well, then you fix that, bitch.
No,
I-
I'm not falling prey to
Whoa,
Armageddon.
whoa.
I was
like, you
out
calm
before
down,
the
Jeffrey.
show.
Oh, Brooke,
Okay, Katie.
Brooke, how do you feel about Wham?
Oh, look. I'm never going to give them up. No.
Wrong band, but okay.
I know. I'm being sarcastic.
You
I'm
rickrolled
sorry.
yourself.
Oh my
You're
God.
never gonna give them
Rickrolling.
up.
Oh my God. My son has a Rickroll video on his YouTube channel that has more hits than we do. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
That's not hard, Bubs. Did 3 people watch it?
We need to maybe we need to save by the bell this show at Next Gen and bring people's
Spartan
kids
is
in.
We do know Spartan
Well,
is
look.
in Costa Rica.
I'm like
Buffy.
in negotiations with him to do an interview, but he's not interested.
Could you imagine Buffy and Gabe on the show? Gabe be like, "Espresso."
Oh
And
no,
Buffy
They
be
want
like,
a truth told
"Nickies,
pretty quick.
Nickies."
Gabe is
I got
fucking
told I'm
ready.
fat.
Gabe's ready.
Yeah,
Gabe's
like,
our
I
hope
think we
for
do
the
a
future.
Christmas
They watch-
show.
you choose.
No, Buffy's been on once before. She came on and said hello, and it was because she wouldn't go away. And
Go away. All right, are you ready? I'm bringing it back for this week. We're going to discuss The View from here.
We're on a time clock.
That's all right. I just want some responses from people. And tell me how to run this show.
I'll fucking do whatever I want.
So there's been a little bit of furor in the Facebook chat about this sign. No time off requests will be accepted from November 2021 till January 2022. Does your employer have the right to do so, etc., etc.? I want to know your feelings to start off with, and then I'll tell you my feelings. Brooke, you're a hospitality worker. Go.
It really does all depend on the industry you work in, and that's just me. Having had employees in the hospitality industry, you know that you're going to be working pretty much around the clock. So it goes with the territory kind of thing. Whereas in my current office job, we close our office from, the 23rd of December, I think, until the 10th of January. So it's a forced time off. So, completely opposite end of the spectrum. So I think that it really, if you're a hospitality worker, for example, you know that you're working weekends. You know that
Exactly.
holidays are your busy period. Retail, exactly the same. You
Correct.
know that you get a holiday in February because you're all dead from working butt tons of hours in December.
What
It's
about
like,
nurses? Do you just get to
Nurses-
go, hey?
No, vacation is pretty protected. I mean, it is going to be a first come, first serve. There's going to limit the number of times. But I think if they have this need for you between these times period, they need to say that before they hire you. You at the onset, when you are interviewed for that job, they need to say, we have blackout times where you will not be able to get vacation time. Are you okay with that?
What about nurses that are single parents?
Yeah, look, in nursing, it's always made pretty abundantly clear when you come into that job that, guess what? People still get sick over Christmas and the wards need to be staffed. So you have that understanding. And usually it's sort of done on a merit, like, hey, you worked last Christmas, so this Christmas, Do you want to put in for some time off? And it's sort of something talked about all year. You can't all just throw in at the last minute because everyone wants Christmas and New Year off. Why wouldn't they? But you can't facilitate that when you're providing care to people in the community.
Well,
And Jeffrey,
when I was working in the hospital, I used to I didn't have any kids, so I would volunteer to work Christmas morning.
Exactly.
I would think,
Jeffrey, as
what?
a former business owner with staff, what do you think about it?
We were in the food industry. But here's the thing: if somebody said they weren't available, they weren't available. Like that was the end of it. Like I just don't feel like if you're not getting paid well, you don't really have the right to tell your employee they can't take time off. Like fuck you. And if you're gonna tell people they can't take time off from November whatever to January 2nd, then you need to give them a stipend. Like you need to pay people because you're making your living off of their ass. You can afford to fucking pay them more.
But what do we think about the other side of the coin though? Like, it's all well and good that everyone's on this empowerment kick and like, I don't have to do anything I don't want to do.
Yeah, who's going to make your
then
sub?
Don't be surprised that you don't have a job.
Right.
Because
or you go to Subway and no bitch making your sandwich.
The world needs to keep turning. Businesses need to keep opening. So if you go,
I
want a 4-day work week.
This is why I always worked for myself because nobody was going to tell me that I couldn't take vacation or that I couldn't go do this. In my daycare contract, I had all the bank holidays off, which pissed everybody off because it's usually when they need daycare, right? And then I took from, I don't know, December 23rd off to January 2nd off every year. And then on top of those days, I took 3 weeks vacation. Now, they only had to pay me for 1 week's vacation a year. The rest was all unpaid. And I just don't care. You don't like it, go somewhere else.
Exactly. And this is the thing. People can't be surprised. If that's the way you want to be, great. Be your own boss. But you can't be surprised if you don't have a job when you decide not to turn up to it either. Right?
Agree.
Right.
And Steve, talk about all those little bitches you work with. What are they like? Do they come to work?
Look, I understand that, I'm a grown adult and I have to do things that I don't want to do to A, support myself and B, support the company and the people that I work for. So I don't go, I'm the most important person in the world. I deserve this day off because I feel like it and the internet tells me that I should do that.
I'm not talking about people who are being taking advantage of a situation or that are requesting obsessive time off like Katie McCarthy on the show. I'm talking about people that say you know what, hey, I can't work next Saturday or whatever, I have kids, or a single parent that's dude, my kid's sick. You know what I mean? I'm talking about
I'm not talking about that either. I'm just talking about the people who go, I feel like I deserve Christmas off and that's what I do. If your work is open and Christmas and you work for that company, it's not really your choice. That's all.
Yeah, and I agree with that because, as I said, the company I work for is shutting down. I don't get paid if I don't work, but I can't possibly work because they're shutting down. I would love
Do they
to work
pay
over
you?
that period. No, because I'm currently on a temp contract. Okay, so I don't get paid if I don't work. So if they were open, I would work. I have 4 children. Okay, coming into December.
It's not the time to not be working.
It's not the time to not be working, and I have a couple of huge paranormal things over that period of time.
I've got a huge paranormal thing.
Oh, do you? I'm like, I don't need to know. You keep that stuff to yourself.
All right. Last week I got all steamy, but this week it's time to gather back around her warmness. Ladies and gentlemen, heat yourself up with Vera's vent. You loved that one, didn't you, Jeffrey? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, vent.
All right, kids. Today I'm going to talk about what?
Sorry.
Today I'm going to talk about the pro-life party. It's here. It's everywhere. But isn't it funny that the same people who are now in court trying to overturn Roe v. Wade because they want to protect all the unborn children are the same assholes that won't give up a gun to protect the living children? They're always the same assholes that won't fund daycare, that won't fund health insurance, that won't fund food stamps. And this week in this country, one of the most shameful, ugly, nasty stains that will ever darken the Supreme Court, Amy Coney Barrett, that privileged white twat, sat in the highest court of the land and said out loud, I don't see why anybody would need to have an abortion with safe haven laws. They can just have that kid and drop him off at the fire station. You fucking privileged cunt. How dare you use the court like that? You have no idea what these women will suffer to bring these children into the world. They could suffer morning sickness. They could suffer all sorts of... Childbirth is dangerous. And if it's a teenager, she's going to suffer so much social stigma before that child is born. And it's going to reroute her career and her life path in a way that she may never recover from. And once that child is born and once that child is dropped off on the doorstep at the fire station, is this party going to protect that child? No. That child's going to end up in an orphanage and a foster care system where their life will be hell on fucking earth. This is beyond ridiculous. Don't ever tell me you are pro-life, because I'm going to tell you you're everything but. And don't act like the rest of us are running around pro-abortion. Nobody gets an abortion because, I fucked up, I'm going to get an abortion. No, this is a hard, difficult, terrible choice that is between a woman and her doctor and nobody else. Don't use the term pro-life. What you are is about oppression and suppression of women's rights. You are the party of no. You don't care if they live. You don't care whose life you fuck up. You don't care about anybody but your corporate overlords who own you and who are making money off the backs of the rest of us. Fuck you and your pro-life party. I am sick of this shit. Merry Christmas.
That's a TikTok.
Down on the Christmas TikTok.
Sometimes people make mistakes, and this week's What the Fuck Weekly is all about a big mistake. What the? So, when you're a porn star, you can make big mistakes. And Lisa Sparks says her biggest mistake happened in 2004 when she broke the world record at the 3rd annual World Gangbang Championships. Do we care to guess how
Where
many men
is this
she
gangbang
slept
championship? Because I'm going to take you out, Lisa.
Luke's gonna sign up.
You going down, bitch.
He can take
Sorry,
Apparently
Steve, I
she
interrupted
is,
you.
Luke.
She took
He
out
is going down, mate.
in the course of 7.5 hours. She managed to sleep with 919 men.
Oh my God.
I am jelly, Lisa.
Hey, Luke, is there a gay record for this?
There
It's
would
called
be.
Saturday Night.
There would be probably more than 900 too. It'd be really
I mean,
working.
you would think somebody's asshole would just fall right out.
She says it was her. She says it's the one thing in her porn career that she regrets. That during it she was so bored that she ordered McDonald's.
And how did she eat it?
On the end, I'm like, she ordered it on the end, like she ate it on the end of a penis, Vera, on the end of a penis.
Maybe she wanted a filet fish. Or they call it filet fish.
Is she getting royalties off those dicks still? Like,
Probably not. She's probably not recovered, Jeffrey.
She's probably
I'm
got
surprised she
scar
can walk.
tissue.
I gotta say, she probably had to go to surgery after. Poor
I
thing.
bet
why
there's
don't
scar
you email
tissue.
her, see if you can get her on the show? We can ask her about her twat.
You can throw a microphone down the wind tunnel and hear if you can see an echo.
Oh, jeez.
Stop it. And why would we get her on when we
the
have
echoes
the
of
OT?
penises past.
The ghosts of the whore cunt.
Katie McCarthy would be so upset with this episode.
I know, this is
Why?
very misogynistic.
That's all right.
Oh, I'm
Well, look,
I don't think it's that bad.
she did. Hey, she made the choice to do it. It was all in her power. She broke the record, but I don't know. I don't think
Look,
I'd be chucking my sausage down that
as-
very long, wide
as-
hallway.
I would
As
do it.
previously
You know what?
stated
There's
on the
899
episode-
other guys I'd be watching. I'd be like, mm-hmm.
You'd be the fluffer, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, Screaming Eagle down the whole
If
fucking
any
line.
work out there for fluffers, just Instagram me.
There we go.
The
So we're
theme
look,
for the
guys.
show is
Let's
hit
let's
Luke up
top
on
that off.
Insta.
We're looking for fluffers and potential co-hosts. So
Yes.
if you either hit us up. Jeff wants to know how many quarters. You can send your resume in, and it'll be all good. But
Yeah, we
until
want
next
some
week,
cute guys. Come on,
that is
surely
us.
there's someone watching.
We'll see you next week, guys. Have a great one. Bye. Trixie
And an old rocking chair.
Trixie Mattel joke. I bet you can smell her hotter cunt from here. Bye.